Good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, Monday, or Friday, Monday. Today is Friday, May 8th. Listen, today you guys are going to use the information that you found Wednesday and Thursday when you were doing your research, and you're going to create a wanted poster for these invasive species. Let me show you a couple examples. So in this green folder right here, I've got 3 different examples that I pulled off the internet, and just to kind of give you an idea. So, in the Old West, or even currently now, they've got the FBI's most wanted. You are going to educate a community by creating these wanted posters. And so there's lots of really good information on here. And it shows that these organisms are criminals in the state of Nebraska. They've broken the law of our ecosystems and they should not be here. So this is an example of one that is hand drawn, and you absolutely can do that. Look at how neat that is, though. Look at how nice and organized, neat it is. There's lots of information there. But if you want to do it hand drawn, you certainly can do that. I'm happy to have you do that. You can just take a picture of it with your iPad and turn that into me. Now, if you want to make a wanted poster and you want to use the computer, this is an example where somebody made it look like an old-timey, like an old-fashioned wanted poster with the title wanted, and the name of the organism for them was the green frog. Here's another one real quick. This one was off somebody's Prezi presentation. And so you would click these different places and it would zoom in and give you more information. You certainly do not have to make a Prezi. In fact, I don't want you to make a Prezi. I just want you to make a wanted poster. But I wanted to show you this one. So the requirements that I have for you are right here. You're going to make this wanted poster. Before I show you the directions, though, let me open this up. If you would like I said before, if you want to hand draw it, you certainly can do that. If you would like to use your iPad or even your computer to do that, then I'm going to invite you to open Pages. And if you go to Pages and go to New, they've got these different templates. And if you scroll down and you look at flyers and posters, you could choose any of these formats or templates and use that for your wanted poster. So like this one, instead of it saying for sale, you could say wanted, and then you've got a picture here. Or you could say this one, or the tab flyer is probably not a good one because it has these little tabs. But like this lost and found would be a good one. So easy way for you guys to make your wanted posters if you want to use Pages. Okay. So let's go into the directions and find out what you need to do. So the very first thing, I made a little check-off sheet for you so that, let me zoom or make this big so you can see it, so that you could kind of check off, make sure that you've got all the information. Here's kind of our scenario, okay? Your task is to create a wanted poster that educates the community about the invasive species that you research. So whether you did the zebra mussel or you did the jumping worm, you only had to do one, and you're going to make a poster for that. So across the top, you're going to make a wanted, like the word wanted, all caps like that in big letters at the top of the page. And then below that, I want the name of the species. And so that'll be right below the wanted. And you do not need to put the scientific name, just put the common name, and that's totally fine. You also need to have an image of the species. So you can either draw it, or if you want to go out and find a picture, copy paste it, put it in there in your document, you can do that. Next, I want you to write a physical description. Now you can use bullets, or you can put this in a sentence, in a paragraph, however you want it. But the thing is, I want you to include like description of your species. So it's not enough that we just have a picture of it that we're looking at. I want to know, like, what's the dimension? How big is it? I think for one of the pictures I saw, it was like a bug that was on a penny. And so you could kind of get scale of that. And that would be kind of cool if you could put that on there too. But you need to write down a physical description, because we're giving this to the community members so that they can identify and report these species to the Nebraska Game and Parks Association so that they can get rid of it. So how do they know what they're looking for? The next thing I'd like you to include is its crimes. In other words, why is the species a threat, and why should we care about it? What does it do? How has it impacted the ecosystem and our native populations? Okay, why is it such a bad thing? Next, I want you to tell me about its travels. And so this is where, if you remember on Wednesday, I told you that you're going to have to use the maps. You are welcome to copy and paste the maps from that website that you got your information from. Or if you would like to draw your own map, if you're hand drawing, you can do that. But you're going to use a map to show where it came from, its natural ecosystem, and then where it invaded. So I want to know where in Nebraska it's located. And if it's located along a specific area, I should know that. If it's like throughout the state of Nebraska, I need to know that. I'm going to jump out really quickly because I want to show you in here. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to go that far. Let me show you this example. This girl drew this one, and see where she says the space that's marked in blue, that's where this crayfish originated, but introduced range. So these areas here, the red areas, that's where the crayfish is now. So if you want to do something really simple like that, you can certainly do that too. That's a great way to show where it came from and where it invaded. But of course, we would want to see, where it invaded in the state of Nebraska. Okay, going back to my directions. I also want to know how it spread originally. How did it get to Nebraska? How does it continue to spread today in the state of Nebraska? And what can you do if you find it? And or what can you do to prevent its spread? So what should the people in the community do if they find it? And what should the people in the community do to prevent it from spreading? Okay? If you come back, I don't know why I keep always going all the way back out. I'm really sorry about that. I've got a rubric here. I'm going to let you guys look at that on your own. The only thing I want to tell you is that the numbering is a little bit off. My number, a 3 is an advanced, a 2 out of 3 is proficient. And so I would go ahead and change this. This would be a 0. You would get a 0 if you didn't give me all the information, if it was really difficult to read, if it's not very neat. It has to be neat. It has to be orderly. Because if we're giving this information to the community members, they need to understand what we're asking them to look for. If things are really vague, if you've got information that is not accurate, you would get a 0. This would be a 2. I'm sorry, this would be a 1. This is a 2. So in order to get a 3 out of 3, you would have so much information. And if you look at any of those examples that I gave you, those are really good examples. So I'm going to let you guys look through this on your own and make sure that you use that checklist so that you make sure that you've got all the information, okay? The last thing I'm going to tell you is this. This is your submission box. The name of the assignment is Wanted Posters or Wanted Poster for Invasive Species. And I want you to know that this is not due until Monday. I know some kids did not get a chance to get on their Schoology accounts because we had a power outage, a planned power outage at the school, and you may not have a whole lot of time to work on it. So you've got Friday, you've got Monday. This is going to be due Monday at midnight. So go ahead and submit that when you are finished. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions. Be neat, be careful. You guys, we only have one more week left, so I'm so proud of you. You've done such a great job. getting your stuff done and doing such a good job on it. So finish strong, okay? I'll talk to you on Monday. Have a great weekend.